Hello everyone, welcome to our first slide. Today we are going to talk about the OSI model. The OSI model is a standard means of describing network communication by defining it as a series of layers, each with specific input and output. The model provides theoretical representation of what happens to information being sent from one device to another on a network. To understand this very well, we are going to state from application layer 7 to layer 1, which is physical layer. See you soon in our next slide. Hello everyone, welcome back to our next slide. As we spoke on our last slide, today we are going to talk about application layer. Application layer is the second layer on OSI model. Application layer enable on a network node to request network services such as a file transfer, mail, and database access. These require are accomplished through the use of 7 protocols such as hypertext protocol, file transfer protocol, simple mail transfer protocol, internet message access protocol, and the like. Proxies and firewalls work at this layer. In another way to define the function of application layer is also effective communication with another application program on the network. In our next slide, we are going to talk about presentation layer. See you soon. Thank you. Under application layer, we have presentation layer. Presentation layer translates application layer data into intermediate form that both client and server can process. Presentation layer does encryption, compression, character set, multimedia format, and multi-purpose internet mail extension type. And codes exist at this layer. Presentation layer perform data translation, compression, and encryption between applications. Under presentation layer, we have session layer. A session layer. In the 7 layer of OSI model of computer networking, the session layer is layer 5. The session layer provides mechanism for opening, closing, and managing a session between end user application processes. And again, session layer establish and control data communication between applications operating on 2 different devices, regulating when each device can send data and how much it can send. TCP and data user diagram protocol numbers exist at this layer. Under session layer, we have transport layer. The transport layer. The transport layer performs the actual establishment, maintenance, and tear down of connection, optionally divides long communication into small segments, including error recognizing and connection data receives acknowledgement. TCP and DUP protocol exist at this layer. Packet filtering routers, multi-layer switches, firewalls work at this layer. Under transport layer, we have network layer. The network layer. The network layer adds logical addressing and choose the best router. IP, Internet Control Message Protocol, Internet Group Message Protocol exists at this layer. Routers, multimedia, switches, firewall works at this layer. Under network layer, we have data link layer, which is similar to network layer. Data link layer. The data link layer. The data link layer is the layer 2 on OSI model. The data link layer is the protocol layer in a program that handles the moving of data into and out of physical link in a network. A data link layer also adds physical addresses such as media access control, addresses frame relay, data link connection, identifying numbers. Under data link layer, we have physical layer. Physical layer. The physical layer is layer 1 of OSI model. The physical layer is the only layer of OSI network model which actually deals with physical connectivity of two different stations. This layer defines the hardware equipment, cabling, wiring, frequencies used representing binary signals. The physical layer provides its services to data link layer. In our next lesson, we are going to talk about TCP and IP purpose. Hello everyone, welcome back to our next slide. As we spoke on our last slide, today we are going to talk the purpose and the model of the TCP and IP model. The TCP and IP model is a 4-layer model developed by the United States Department of Defense. Some extent it's similar to OSI model. The TCP and IP model was developed to allow the addition of new technology to create a more flexibility architecture, which can easily allow modification of extension protocol. TCP and IP model functions include message segmentation, acknowledgement, traffic control, session multiplexing, error detection, and correction. In our next slide, we are going to state the four model of the TCP and IP model. Hello everyone, welcome back again. As we spoke on our last slide, today we are going to talk about the TCP and IP model. The TCP and IP model have 4 layers. But first we're going to talk about the application layer. Application layer, which is layer 4, it is interface for end-to-end point service. Examples are web browsing and email. Under application, we have transport layer, which is layer 3. It is host-to-host communication, segment, and diagrams. Under transport, we have internet layer, which is layer 2. Layer 2, source and destination IP addresses, IP address package. Under internet layer, we have layer 1. Layer 1, source and destination MAC addresses, internet frames, physical. I hope you enjoyed this slide. See you next time.